Welcome back. I'm Michael Hutchinson, Hutch for short, and today I'm going to talk a little more about the inner critic. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned that many people suffer with self-esteem and kind of a voice in their head, which we can call the inner critic. The inner critic comes in all sorts of different forms and sometimes can be the voice that holds you back. What I mentioned in this previous video is that this voice that is your thoughts from your brain, which is an organ, are not you. They are simply thoughts. I also mentioned that I believe that there are three elements to self-health and growth. Apart from being self-reflective, which is hugely important, there is body, spirit, and mind. If, as human beings, we can focus on these three elements and try to nurture them in a healthy way, overall, we will feel more like a healthy human being, and we will be troubled less by the inner critic, the feeling of doubt, the trouble of our ego, and some of the things in our lives that hold us back. So, in this video, I want to specifically talk about something that I think is an element of mind and spirit. And this is directly related to the inner critic and how to overcome your inner critic. We live in a hugely competitive world and a hugely judgmental world, online, through social media, and even when we leave the house. It's natural as human beings when we encounter one another to make snap judgments. These judgments could be to do with the way that we look, the way that we sound, the way that we walk, everything about ourselves. These outside powers only maintain power if we let them have an effect on our well-being. What's hugely powerful is your own thoughts of yourself, your own perspective of yourself, and having a healthy view of oneself. So let's talk about those elements of spirit and mind. I worked out some time ago when I was thinking about scientific elements and this idea of the energy that we put outside into the universe and how this energy that we put outside in the universe can come back to us. This is a very deep topic, and I'm not going to go into it in any great depth. Really, in this video, I wanted to cover a simple technique for self that once it becomes habitual, will start to change the way that you feel about yourself and the way that you view yourself. And that's in that you stop being your own worst critic. I've thought about this for many years, and I started to enact some practices in my own life that are very simple. And I'm going to call this the love prayer. It doesn't matter whether you are religious at all or what religion you believe in. The love prayer is a prayer for yourself. It is not a prayer for your God, or a prayer that you're hoping to get answers for questions or answers for things in your life, improvements in your life. The love prayer is quite simply you telling yourself that you love yourself. So it sounds a bit ridiculous and it sounds a bit simplistic, but I guarantee you that if you continue to enact the love prayer in your life twice a day, you will see a huge impact in how you feel about yourself and how you feel just in general. So the love prayer, my love prayer, goes something like this. I think about the things that I've done in the day. I often might start my day with a love prayer and then end my day with a love prayer. So I wake up and I'm laying there in the morning and I'm thinking about all the things I need to do, and then that slight overwhelm starts to kick in and the inner critic starts to kick in, and I just say, I put my hands together and I just say things like, today is going to be an incredible day. It's going to be filled with opportunity for you because you are a brilliant person. You have a brilliant mind. You are kind. and I'm very proud of you. And then I say this, even though it might sound bonkers, I love you, Michael. Specifically, I say, I love you, Michael. So I say that to myself. And some of that negative feeling or that overwhelm of what I'm going to do and all the things that I need to take care of and the inner critic, they just sort of melt away. And then I get out of bed and I have kind of like my morning routine, which I'll talk about in another video, because some of my morning routine is to do with body. And today we're talking about spirit and mind, because this love prayer is more pertinent to spirit and mind. So then when I go to bed at the end of the day and I'm laying there in bed and I'm reviewing the day and the things that I did and the things that I didn't do and the overwhelm and the inner critic, again, I calm myself, usually put my hands together, because there's a great deal of power in putting the hands together. There's some theories in science that this actually connects the left and right side of the brain. And I say again, Michael, you had a really great day. Well done for staying positive throughout the day and not letting other people's negativity affect you in a negative way. You are brilliant. You are smart. You are handsome. Like whatever I want to say to myself that I want reassurance of, basically. I love you, Michael. Get some sleep and heal. So you can see this is a very simple technique. It's not usually involved. It just takes a few simple words. But the most important thing is that you say it to yourself. You know, when I was growing up, you know, you'd often hear things about people that speak to themselves are mad, that talking to yourself is a sign of madness. But I've always talked to myself, and I've always reassured myself. And it's usually comforting. So going back to what I said earlier in the video, this is about self-empowerment. This is about self-reflection. This is about self-growth. And this is about putting aside the inner critic. And the inner critic is largely fueled by the outer critics of the world. Listen to your love prayer. Anyway, I hope you find this hugely powerful as I find it. Please like and subscribe. And tell me about your own journey. And perhaps how you modify your own love prayer. Don't forget, twice a day, to do your love prayer. Take care.